What is actually the most important part of the guitar for us guitarists? That is right, the neck. This is exactly where we move. This is where we shape every single note and turn emotions into music. And can you imagine doing that on a neck like this? Playing on strings like these feels completely dull. It slows you down, and most importantly, it kills your joy of playing. And that is exactly why I have relied on Elixir strings for over 25 years. Whether it is an electric guitar or an acoustic guitar. Why did I choose Elixir strings many years ago already? These strings have a Gore-Tex coating, and that protects the strings from rust and dirt. They do not get dull. And if you change them after half a year, and I play 8 hours a day, you do not really get the effect that they are new strings because they really last forever thanks to this special protective coating. What I also really like about these strings is that they feel a bit smoother. Because of this Gore-Tex coating, they just do not have that steel feel. Steel oxidizes relatively quickly, and then the string gets dull, and that is exactly what Elixir strings do not do. They stay slippery and slick in some way, which, by the way, also has a great effect on the nut up here, because the strings are also more stable in terms of tuning, since they slide better through the slots up here and do not tend to get stuck like other strings. But some people do not like exactly that feeling, that slightly more slippery nature of the strings. And that is why Elixir has now launched a new series for those people who prefer a more traditional feel. And those are the Elixir Attune. They have a normal playing feel, like you are used to from steel strings, but they still have the Gore-Tex coating around the 3 thick strings, and the 3 high strings are provided with a special anti-rust coating, and these strings also last 5 to 10 times as long as normal strings. They do cost 2 to 3 euros more than normal strings, but considering they last 5 to 10 times as long, they are actually much cheaper than conventional strings. Now, of course, I can talk a lot here, so let us do an honest one-to-one comparison between this guitar with the old strings, normal steel strings. You saw it in the overlay. The guitar has been sitting in the corner for a few years at my place, and with the fresh Attune strings from Elixir. We will switch back and forth. I did not use any EQs. It is purely the acoustic guitar signal through a microphone. On the guitar are the 11 to 52. There are also 12-gauge strings, and I believe there are also 10-gauge strings. So this is a good middle ground here, which does not strain the fingers too much while playing. Take a listen to the direct comparison, ideally with headphones, then you will hear the differences even more dramatically. And is that not incredible? Those aren't just nuances anymore, are they? At the end of the day, it's simple. Your gear should inspire you and not hold you back. If you don't feel like changing the strings on your acoustic guitar every 3 days to keep it sounding fresh, definitely try Elixir OptiWeb. I think it's a great addition to the Elixir lineup because I've often heard from people that they don't really like the slick feel of standard Elixir strings. I love it, but hey, tastes differ, and that's exactly where OptiWeb comes in. You get the natural feel of traditional steel strings, but they are still protected by a Gore-Tex coating. They last much longer, but you don't feel that coating. So it's an absolute recommendation if you don't want to change strings often, but still want your acoustic guitar to feel fresh, without oxidation on the strings, without them going dull, and you can actually play for a good 6 months with one set of Elixirs, and they sound really fresh and feel great until the very last day. Definitely give them a try. I've put the link to the strings down in the video description. That'll take you straight to Thomann, where you can order the strings at the best price in Europe. Many thanks to the nice team at Thomann for sending the strings so I could do this test. But as I said, I've been an Elixir player for 25 years, and not because I get anything from Elixir for it. I have to buy the strings just like all of you. I play them out of conviction because in my opinion there are no better strings on the market. Absolutely brilliant feel, they sound great, and they last forever. So you can't expect more from a string than that. If you liked the video, be so kind as to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell. That gives me a bit more reach, and more guitarists can benefit from these tips. I thank you very much. Okay, then write in the comments, how often do you change your strings? Are you team new every month, or are you team I wait until the strings fall off? I'm curious to hear your opinions. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care, stay healthy, and enjoy your fresh sound. Alright, see you next week. Bye.